Hello and welcome to When Sistas Meet. We are here every other Tuesday, so make sure you tune in at 7:30. Also, make sure you share. Join us on Facebook and all social media, including our YouTube channel. We have just a few announcements before we get started. We'll also explain to you what When Sistas Meet is in our show. So we are looking for partners in our Christmas drive. It's getting closer to the time of the year again, so we definitely want to make sure that we are helping other families. Our drive is going to start November the 1st, and we are going to assist with 5 different schools, okay?
Yay.
So, if you are interested in partnering with us to help Lipstick Entertainment with helping the 5 schools, please email us at lipstickentertainment2020@gmail.com, or you can also give us a phone call at 574-326-9234. Just a couple other announcements. We are also looking for sponsorships for our shows. So if you'd be interested in sponsoring this show or any of the other Lipstick Entertainment shows, please email us at lipstickentertainment2020@gmail.com. And lastly, we are always looking for dynamic new members. We are a group of women from all different varieties and backgrounds, and we would love to have you. If you are interested, please follow our Facebook group, Lipstick Entertainment, and send us a message. We'll reach out to you. All right, now we got the good stuff out of it, right?
Yes.
So how has everyone's week been
It's been a good week.
so far?
Yeah, so
Pretty
far.
good. Yep.
Good
Glad
stuff.
to make it through Monday and Tuesday.
I know, right? Tuesday's almost like another Monday.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is.
So
That's okay.
what we do here at the show is we actually put a bunch of topics in the jar, and we kind of pull them randomly. These are things that we've discussed with each other as sisters, or with our family members and friends and coworkers, and we think they're very relevant topics. If you have some topics for us that you would like for us to discuss, also, please make sure you put it in the comments. Our producer will be reading and she'll read it out to us, okay? So let's get started.
Okay, let's go.
First of all, my name is Renee,
I'm Layla.
I'm Sam.
and we are When Sistas Meet. Our first topic, okay. How do you get your news?
Ooh, definitely through social media. Not only through social media, but the little apps they have from Newsbreak.
Okay.
That's something that dings right away on my phone. I'm in the know. I'm not too much on the traditional news just because I don't sit in front of the TV often. It's not my
Right.
life really anymore. So that's how I get my news.
Yeah, mine would be from social media or other people telling me. Because with depression, I just can't watch the news. Ever since I was little, can't do that. So yeah, mostly social media, and figure if it's something I need to know, it comes out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then it's also kind of sometimes hard to figure out which newscast to watch, you know, because you want to make sure that you're watching a newscast is not very biased,
Yeah.
but actually is giving factual stuff. So it's kind of
Actually.
hard, and I think a lot of people in today's society are very much social media kind of people.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I think that's why, you know, all the ads started on Facebook, you
Yeah.
know, and people do the news pop-ups on the feeds. And
And it's convenient. I think it's
Yeah.
convenient. It's in the know and we have our phones that are at the right of our handtips, so
Mhm.
why not?
definitely.
Yeah, and if you're watching sporting events, they always have the good news. Like John Gruden and his comments and getting let go yesterday. You know, you just in the know like right then and there. So I just kind of pay attention to what's happening during events.
Definitely stream ESPN and
Mhm.
some of the other apps I use for news as well. So definitely streaming.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got. We got 2 of them here. Okay. What is an important thing to have in a relationship?
Ooh.
That's a very good question, right?
Yes. Well, I say for me is definitely quality time.
Mm.
We're often on the go. We're busy, so definitely for me to still keep my relationship, so to speak, spicy is to definitely have that quality time with that person. That's a big for me, and then communication is key.
I would definitely agree
That's
with
huge.
those.
Yeah, I would say both, but definitely communication, and not just, it has to be accurate communication
Yeah.
too. Because sometimes 2 people are talking, you think that they heard this, but you meant this. So you got to kind of like cross check that too, because yeah, I think that communication communication is definitely key.
Oh yes, communication for sure. You know, recently married. We actually, you know, went through counseling, and of course, you know, we discussed the 5 love languages. And I encourage everyone, if you have not read that book, to read that book. You know, especially, you know, they have an edition for singles, like before marriage. They have one after you get married, and they even have one relating to children, because everyone does have different love languages. And, you know, I think the divide between men and women as a whole is already kind of different. So being able to understand your partner a little bit more, getting to know them, definitely is communication.
And I think it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to know. It's fun to be interested, and I always stay interested, of your partner. So.
Look, you're glowing lately. So you want to tell us, sister?
I'm just happy. Happy to be here with my sisters.
There you go.
Yeah, and I definitely agree on the love languages too, because it's real. When you read those descriptions of what it is, it usually does kind of fit with what it is, because what works for you may not be working for somebody else.
Absolutely.
So it's important to know.
Definitely.
I agree.
And knowing that you can have more than one love language. I think, you know, people are afraid to have just one love language. You don't have to have just one love language. You can have a variety of love languages.
And try something that you've never tried before.
Exactly.
I think that's really important, and that keeps the other person you're involved with enticing about wanting to be with you and get to know you more.
Maybe compromising a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Definitely. Okay. Good stuff. All right. It says, what is a hidden talent that you are ready to expose? Ooh, that's a fun one.
You said that you're ready to expose?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Talent.
Well, I was gonna say mine is hidden. For about 5 years, I had a cake decorating business, and most people don't know that, because over the last few years, I've been on a hiatus for personal reasons. So I'm working on some personal things. I have one other business ahead of that one, but I'm looking to get back into that. So it's a hidden talent to some that will come back out.
That's very creative.
See, I know it's probably on my cake table.
It's not back up yet, but yeah, I do some gourmet popcorns and some different things. So yeah.
Nice.
I like popcorn.
I know, I look forward to that
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay.
I'll be your guinea pig and taste tester.
All right.
I have to say, I did start at an early age where I had written poetry. As I look back and even read a lot of the poems that I've written, I surprised myself, because I was so young, but my poems were so mature, just about life, just about love, and just a lot of different things that when I look back at it now, I'm like, oh my God, that's what I went through, or, you know, so to speak. So it's really nice that it took me wanting to journaling a lot to do poetry and things like that, to like really think and really embrace it. So I thought that was creative about.
Poets didn't know it.
So a hidden talent is that I'm actually a ghost writer.
Ooh.
I have been published in a couple of different books. So that's a hidden talent, and I definitely am going to get back into writing again and not be behind the scenes this time.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Sounds great.
I can't wait for new stuff.
All
right.
Popcorn.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we have in here. If you were to spend a day with a celebrity, who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness. I think mine would be Michelle Obama. I kind of reached out, said that I wanted to meet her before, but I think kind of talking to her about her book, because I like to write as well, and so I did listen to Becoming, and you know, just her whole journey as the first lady. I would hang out with her.
She definitely has a brilliant mind.
Yes,
Sure.
That was actually a celebrity who I would want to hang out with, just because I just like the fact that she was inspirational, and not only just as our first lady, but just the things that she were involved in. It was just very Becoming, especially as a minority. It just kind of embraced the fact that, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it, or you know, get me along to tag along to do things like that in my community.
Right.
I really thought that was neat, and to see that the whole year, despite all, you know, other things, I really thought that was very wonderful of a first lady.
You know,
So
and
that's
she
definitely why I would
definitely had a big role,
She
you know,
did.
in
For
the
sure.
presidency.
Definitely.
You know, being the wife of a man in that position for sure. You know, I think us as women are placed in that position a lot of times in the relationship where, you know, we are definitely being the supportive role. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, that's what we're here for, to be a support, to help. But, you know, not losing our individual selves as well along
and I
with
love that about her.
Yes, definitely. So she definitely is an inspiration. Okay, I'll be a little shallow, and I would say New Edition, because I'm a big New Edition groupie, you know, and I probably would like spend the day with them, like, let's go shopping, let's hang out, you know, come on, we're gonna do some Candy Girl movies.
You gotta do If It Is in Love.
You know,
so
that's right, you know, and then I'm waiting for Bobby to kind of flip out and do some crazy stuff, you know, jump off some tables or something. You know. So, you know, that would be one I would probably like to hang out with.
Nothing wrong with that, and they entertaining on their interviews
very,
and stuff like that.
very.
So, and most of them down to earth. So I think you have a good time hanging out with them. So
Yes.
Okay.
And you bring along some sisters.
Yeah, there you go. It's like, come on.
It's enough of them. Yep.
Yes. What is your favorite thing to do in the fall season? So since we're in fall, that's definitely a great question.
Yes. So my favorite thing is to set the ambiance of fall. Deodorizers in the house.
Oh,
I love that smell, especially like pumpkin spice, apple pie, just different candles, just, you know, deodorizers, scents, you know, oils. I love that.
the smell of fall.
Yeah, because I don't always like all that stuff, but I love the smell of it.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Okay.
And mine, of course, for fall is watching football. Everybody knows that. And then, but I also love bonfires.
Oh.
So, you know, you can't go wrong sitting around the bonfire, talking to family, friends, roasting your marshmallows and hot dogs and stuff like that. So, yes, coffee up, yeah. Bonfires, yes.
Definitely for the hot cocoa. I'm with it.
Me too.
You know, I am just getting into the pumpkin spice flavored drinks. I'm a big Starbucks person. I actually have stock of Starbucks. We ain't advertising them though because they ain't famous. How about that? But you know, I think probably one of my favorite things for fall also would be fires. I love our fireplace. You know, just cuddling up. I'm anemic, so I stay cold anyway. So, you know, I'm like the meme that people show, like with a big old sweater from head to toe.
Yeah.
It's usually me. But I love the change in season.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like a renewing, you know, not only in the weather, but also in life could be a renewing. So I think I like fall for that reason.
Awesome.
The clothes, too. You know, because you get to get into your hoodies and, you know, different things you haven't been able to wear.
The boots,
Yes.
oh my gosh.
Boots, yes.
I'm so with it. I'm so with it because, like, you know, all through when my kids are grown now, but you know, I just went crazy after I had all my kids because I couldn't wear heels. So like every year, I'm like, okay, at least 5 pair at the beginning of the season, 5 in the middle, 5 in the end. I just love boots, so definitely.
Clothes is a huge part of it. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
Sweaters, all of that.
Right.
Socks, just all the little stuff.
Cozy.
Remind me being cozy.
I know it's like nice and cuddly.
Cuddle season. Yep.
You know, but then, you know, my age kicks in and, you know, I get hot. And then I'm like, okay, starting to take off layers.
But that's the best part. You still keep something on, just, you know, take it off later.
There you go. Right? So that works out.
Okay.
Have you had regular health exams? I think it's definitely a great question.
So I was bad for a while because, like, going to get regular checkups, I did do for a while. Then I ran into some issues in one particular year, and I felt like I was at the doctor like every so many weeks. So then I took a step back. That wasn't the right thing to do.
Right.
So I did kind of get scolded by the doctor. And so now, as far as like with us as women, like mammograms are so important. So I have thankfully gotten back to doing that. So yeah, that's my regular.
Awesome.
I try to stay on stuff like that. I know better. However, as I get older, I realize the importance of, you know, exams being relevant in my life, just because of the changes that we go through. And I'm not saying just like menopause and things like that, but our body definitely rapidly changes through climate, weather, just life experiences. So I definitely believe to stay in tune with my body and getting regular health checkups.
Definitely. You know, and we just came out of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, you know, and my mom being a 2-time survivor, you know, I definitely became more aware of, like you said, the general health screens, you know, especially with our age range, you know, like mammograms and, you know, even pap smears, things of nature, you know.
Yes.
Having daughters, you know, I try to make sure I tell them, you know, like, you know, we're young, we don't have to, you know, go doctor very often. I'm like, no, you still have to do your annuals, you know, kind of keeping them abreast. And even with my son, because, you know, unfortunately, kids are dying younger and younger, you know, and I think it's very prevalent for them to at least, you know, be aware of some health situations that may be going on. There are resources out there too, you know, for just your preventative care, you know, that I definitely hope people take advantage of. But, you know, I look at people like my dad, you know, in his age range, and he's like, I'm not going to doctor unless I need to. You know, hey, that'll, you know, I think the old school, you know, like, hey, you know, we'll just take a little bit of this, a little sea moss, you know, a little this, a little that, and it'll go away.
And then there's people like my mom, where she's definitely a health guru. Where she is small as, it's the bump, we're going to get that checked out.
Yeah.
and I love that about her, because that kind of gets me in the know of, okay, maybe I do need to be in, you know, more in tune with my body as much as it changes.
Definitely.
So thanks, Mom.
Right?
And
Thanks, Mom.
And then sometimes even if you don't think anything is wrong and they're looking at one thing, it might trigger something else or whatever.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, it's important to know for sure.
We definitely have to be in tune with our bodies. I think us as women as a whole, we go so much sometimes that, you know, we don't really listen to our bodies, you know, and hey, they will shut down on you for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, they will.
And also, one thing you mentioned about the pap smears, that if anybody out there is listening to this, if you have a hysterectomy, you still are supposed to go get a pap smear. That's something that I didn't know, and I wish somebody would have told me. So when I went back, she's like, "Why didn't you come back for this?" And I'm like, "Well, I didn't know I was supposed to." She's like, "Well, you still have your ovaries. You should still be coming to get it done." So that's a new learning in case anybody, because that's important.
That's
you
very,
know?
very important, because I don't think a lot of people do know that. I know I
They
didn't.
don't. I didn't know it. So.
Yeah.
Well, definitely in the know.
There we go.
It's
So we were picking us out some more topics. Yay.
Yeah, those are good topics.
What is your favorite board game? Oh.
I'm definitely a Scrabble girl.
Okay.
I love to spell. I love the wording, different spellings of words and things like that. And what more I get into with me now is the new age Scrabble with all the words and things like that, to do trends, acronyms. I think that would be fun. But that's my favorite.
I would say mine is taboo, because I love describing things and getting a reaction out of people. So, yeah. That's
That's
fun.
fun. Ooh,
Yeah,
game night, I
you
smell
ever play
future.
taboo? Yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah, you have to. It's really fun. Yeah, it's actually fun. Board game. I was go back to like Monopoly, you know, the old school kind of games. But believe it or not, you know, I like more of the card games, like your Unos and your spades, and you know, the trash talking that happens at Thanksgiving. You know, when your family's over.
Yep.
And
We're a phase 10 family, so
Okay,
because
okay.
we can go all night long, just having fun, and that's another thing that I like to do in the fall too. So
there you go.
get with the folks and kicking back and playing games.
Absolutely.
So now, like with not really coming out of COVID, but kind of pre-COVID or post-COVID, you know, do you think that there will be more people gathering in homes for like board game nights or game nights, you know, or?
I'd say people would. They will just be more cautious, especially of the awareness that we've had of COVID. I would definitely think, one, it would be smaller gatherings versus the big shebang, you know. But I think there will be more smaller gatherings and often. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because we missed that, right? I know I missed that.
Yeah, definitely. So like my family is having, extended family is having a bonfire next week, and we're doing outdoor activities. There's plenty of people that are coming. There's some that are not comfortable with it. And so I just respect either way. If you're not comfortable due to COVID, I get it. And so some of them are not coming. So I think you'll see it both ways.
I think it definitely has, again, altered our lifestyles per se. You know, even the way we interact with our family and friends.
Most definitely.
Definitely gotta keep safe. All right. What would you tell your sister If you knew she was in a toxic space, and this can be a relationship, you know, in a job situation, if you knew that she was in something that was not healthy for her, what would you tell your sister?
I would encourage, you know, just because some people don't want you to say, well, do this or don't do that or whatever. But just say, hey, you know, I would basically let someone know that I'm there for them. You know, if they want to talk about it or whatever, but just let them know not to be afraid to make changes. Don't worry about what other people think. If you're in a toxic situation, the main concern is your health and your safety. So try, you know, but I would say just don't tell them what to do. Just encourage.
Yeah.
That's what, for me.
I definitely can relate. Definitely the uplifting and definitely a prayer. A prayer between you and your sister, I think, is something that can just be beyond, you know, I may not have to tell you or you may not have to tell me everything of what's going on, but just a prayer and an uplifting moment, I think that can go a long way.
Yeah.
So that's what it is for me.
I don't think everyone is the kind of person where you're like, okay, I'm coming over, I'm getting you out of the house. When they're going through some kind of things. I don't think everyone's that kind of person. So I think definitely what you both were kind of saying, where, you know, just being a listening ear a lot of times in those kind of situations, because a lot of times when we are in a toxic situation, we may not even realize it. You know, prime example, you know, I'll give an example. I'll use me as an example. I was in a job situation that was very much toxic, you know, and it's just, you know, at the end of the day, I was just like, when I got home, I was just like in shambles. I was shaking, you know, just going through, you know, the motions. And it was just like, you know, it took one of my sisters to actually come to me and tell me, you know what, Renee, it's time to let that go. Because it's affecting your whole being, your body.
Yes.
You know, so I think it's just a matter of, again, encouraging, you know, not judging, not, like you said, telling someone what to do necessarily, but just being there to listen and actually maybe giving some suggestions. Okay, you know what?
For sure.
So that's how I would say that.
Yes, sisters.
I know, right? So we're going into the jargon. All right. Were you ever bullied in high school, and how did you handle it if you were?
Oh,
That's a good one, because I think a lot of people,
it's relevant.
you know, deal with the bullying situation.
I know I was bullied in school, and I will never forget. And what's so funny, our jar is Eminem, but just because of my head, I was teased to call Eminem head.
What?
For some reason, because it was shaped big or something like that. But you know what? I say that to all those people that used to tease me, is that the bigger the head, the bigger the brain.
That's right. You tell them.
I'm
You
way
tell them,
off
sis.
better about myself, and I love my head, and I love me.
That's right, like
I would not say that I was necessarily bullied, but I kind of got made fun of because I was a nerd. I mean, you know, not that I was a nerd, but it's just I wasn't doing some of the things that the other girls was doing. I was the girl that was the virgin. I was the girl that, oh, I'm going out, I'm my boyfriend, whatever. I was the good girl. I didn't wear a lot of makeup. I still don't wear a lot of makeup.
right.
That was just me. So I used to be really kind of like, you know, I would kind of feel sad when they would talk about, you know, me not wearing makeup and stuff like that. But later, I got my backbone, and please, I got this or whatever now. But I had to learn how to just like love myself and not be worried about what other people's opinions were. So.
I love the natural you. It's beautiful.
I know,
Thank
right? Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I was actually bullied more so than anything because growing up, I was very much a tomboy. I know it doesn't sound like that now, you know, with my diva ways. But, you know, I was very much a tomboy. So, you know, I was like really with the boys. So, you know, they always picked on me because it's like, oh, you have boobs. Or, oh, you have big legs and hips. Come here. And I'm like, get away. You know, but as I got older, you know, I think more than anything, because I was kind of quiet until you got to know me. A lot of people mistook that as me being bougie or stuck up or what have you. And I'm like, I'm really very cool if you actually take time to have a conversation with me. But you know, I think that's a lot of it, you know. And then, you know, you go through situations like, you know, I know that my kids, like, you know, where the kids are picking on them just because, you know, there's something in them they see that they like and or cannot stand.
Mhm.
You know, and I think that was a lot of it when we were growing up too. You know, I think people in the bullying kind of situations are acting out because of that fact, because either it's something, like I said, that's in you that they, you know, admire and don't want to admit it, and or, you know, maybe they're acting out because they have a situation at home. You never really
Mhm.
know
You never
why
know.
people kind of act out the way they do. You know, I think as people we have to be more understanding.
Mhm.
You know, no, don't get me wrong. You know, back in the day, you know, my mama told me, you know, you come home and you got it on your head, I'm gonna put another one on there because you go ahead and make business. But you know, we can't raise our kids in that kind of society anymore. It's just not, you know, it's not prevalent to encourage violence per se.
Mhm.
You know, we definitely have got to figure out better ways to kind of deal with the bullying situation.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Even if it's just, you know, more communication and a conversation.
Right, and it's different than when we were in school. People, you know, you throwing hands up. Now they got guns, and
Exactly.
you know, we're just in a different time period now, as far
For
as that
sure.
goes. So,
Oh my goodness! Even you know the other day, the one kid bought the gun to school like in like preschool or something like that. It was like really crazy, like
Mhm.
and I'm like, you just it's so fearful.
mhm.
You know, sometimes even just with our kids going out into the world, you
Mhm.
know, because we may not teach our kids to hate or to be bullies or to be aggressive towards other people, but you know, we never know what someone else's child is kind of seeing,
Exactly.
you know, and becoming bullies, you know, and a lot of it is that, you know, maybe some of them were taught it's cool to be a bully.
Mhm.
You know, again, it's a matter of a conversation with people because you never know what people are taught.
Definitely
And
not.
unfortunately, hate, ignorance, all those kind of things are kind of taught. So,
Yeah, and it definitely starts in the home.
definitely, definitely. All right. Let's see what we got. What is a side you have never made but would like to? So, it have like a side dish of food, correct?
Yeah, because mine is coleslaw. I want to make it so bad.
Oh.
Like, I think it's, you know how, do y'all like coleslaw? I don't know.
I like it.
Okay, so if you like it, then you will know that some people just can't make it, and then some is so bomb. So, like, I want to make it. I love to cook, but I've never made it. That's one of my dishes.
So, do you plan to maybe try it for the Thanksgiving celebrations or?
I don't know,
Just soon.
just at some point.
Okay.
I've been craving some fish too, so you know maybe I need to get it and then
Yeah, just try
Yeah.
it. Try it. You got
Try
it.
it out,
Yeah,
doctor
definitely
it up.
Google it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, Google the recipes, and then not only you can doctor it up yourself, critique it your own way.
Right.
I say my favorite. Well, what I would love to learn how to cook, it would be a peach cobbler.
Mm-hmm.
I love a peach
Ain't nothing wrong
cobbler,
with
but
that.
I do not know how to make a peach cobbler
You
to
got
save
this.
my life.
Okay.
I think the main thing is with the peach cobbler is the crust.
Mm-hmm.
You get the crust down, you're good to go. And like you said, you gotta tailor it to your own liking.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
right.
true. That's true. Maybe have to put that on the menu.
Bam. I would say a side that I would like to make. I have not mastered asparagus.
Oh.
Ooh.
Either it's really, really firm or it's too mushy and rubbery.
Mhm.
So that's the side I'm gonna try to master is asparagus.
Have you ever had the bacon wrapped?
Yes.
Because that's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is good.
I like asparagus.
That is good. How they do that, honey? Ooh, phenomenal.
And I want to try to make some fried green tomatoes. I know it's so old school.
Yes, I want to make those too.
Yes, but it's hard to get for me to find tomatoes that are green. Still.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even with my parents, my dad has a garden in his yard. But by the time I get around to getting over there to get some, they're already red or turning red. So you
Mhm.
know, it's not the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
sounds good.
That's a good one to try too.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna be in the kitchen
Well, we need to
doing some
eat.
things, ladies,
I'm hungry
right?
now.
Yes.
All right, well, I tell you what, that's going to be our show for today. We hope you have enjoyed it. We hope that you have been entertained and also encouraged. So let's just go over to some formalities just one more time. We are, again, looking for partners in our Christmas drive. It starts November the 1st. We are looking to sponsor at least 5 schools. So if you're interested in partnering with Lipstick Entertainment, please reach out to us. You can email us at lipstickentertainment2020@gmail.com, or you can call 574-326-9234. We are also looking for sponsors for our shows. Not only do we have When Sistas Meet, but we have Epiphany, The Conversation, and other lipstick entertainment productions. If you're interested in sponsoring the shows, one or all, please email us at lipstickentertainment2020@gmail.com. And lastly, if you feel like you would be a good fit for the Lipstick Entertainment family, because we are a family, you are more than welcome to reach out to us. You can email us at the same email address and or follow us on all social medias, Facebook, YouTube channel. Send us a message. We'll reach out to you, and we'll be more than happy to talk. Thank you for joining us. Again, this is When Sistas Meet. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.